Welcome to Art is Life, episode 5. I'm Dahlia, and today I'm going to show you guys how I film my TikTok art videos. So I post art videos basically every day, so I thought I would just share with you guys the lighting I use, the tripod I use, the video editing software I use, and just teach you guys how to make your own art videos in case you're an artist and you want to create but you're not sure how. Everything I've learned about lighting, about tripods, about editing, all of it has come from YouTube, and I thought I would just put everything I've learned from hours of watching YouTube into one video for you guys. Everything that I've learned through trial and error, just gonna simplify it, put it all out there for you guys to make your lives a bit easier. So hope this helps. For starters, the most important thing you can get for yourself is one of these. It attaches to your tripod, to any standard tripod, and you can flip it around, make it smaller, make it bigger, fits any phone. You can film horizontally, vertically, and this is the best thing I own for filming. Well, of course, I need a tripod as well. That I will explain next. So now onto tripods. I use several tripods, but my favorite one is this one. It's a Vanguard Alta Pro, and the reason that I love it is because you can press these buttons and make the legs go out way wide like this, so that it can stretch out on the floor. So this is great for close-up shots. And then you can just put it back in and it's like a normal tripod. And then it's got this big thing, which is the arm that I use for filming. So you twist it here on the side and you can move this thing up and down. And then you lift it up, take it out like this. And then there's a little thing here on the side that you're gonna make loose. And then there you go. You have an arm for filming, which is really great. You lock everything in place. And this one is also cool because it swivels around. Most tripods don't do that. And you just tighten it here on the side if you want it to stay in one place. So there you go. That's your tripod. That's the one that I use for like 99% of my filming. I love this tripod. I've had it for roughly 3 years now, and it's been in great shape. I've taken it to a lot of places and I've never had issues with it. I love this tripod, and it's pretty heavy duty. So the downside to that is it's pretty heavy duty. It's not lightweight. It's not great for traveling, but I also like to film myself painting outdoors. So for that, it's really great because the wind doesn't knock it over most of the time. Now, this is the other tripod. This is the one that I used to film myself using the segment before this. It is lightweight. It is pretty inexpensive. It cost about $30, whereas this one cost about $150. I personally think it's worth upgrading from this one to this one if you have the money, but if you don't, then this one is decent, and you can still film from above, but it doesn't have an arm that goes out all the way, but still you can film from above with this little thing. And this is just a standard tripod. Most tripods are something like this one. The other one is pretty special. Most tripods don't have an arm that come out of them. For your last option for things to hold your phone while filming, of course, I should have said this before, everything I film is on my iPhone 10R. I love it. I used to have an Android and it didn't have any memory on it, like barely any. I filmed everything on my camera and then uploaded it to my computer, and then it was a pain in the ass. So if you're going to invest in one technological item, if you have money to invest in a good iPhone. That has changed everything for me in terms of the filming process, and every recommendation I give here is one that comes from the perspective of someone who is filming from an iPhone, not from a DSLR. And get one with a lot of memory. That's so important, at least for me, because I film every day, a few times a day. So the last thing that I use to hold up my phone is this little gooseneck clamp. You can move it around. I take this with me when I'm traveling places because I, before COVID-19, used to travel a lot. I've been fortunate to do that. And I always film myself drawing even when I'm on vacation so that I can continue to create content, which I know for many of you is the goal as well. So your phone is held by this little thing and it stretches out like that. It clamps pretty hard. I prefer the other ones, but this is good enough. And then you twist this up and you put it on a table and then you twist it down like this. This one, unlike the tripods, can be a bit shaky if you're moving the table that you're working on. It is just not as steady. I highly recommend investing in a tripod if most of your filming is done from home. This though is not as expensive as the tripods. This cost about $15, whereas the tripods that I have started around $30, and my most expensive one, like I said, is $150. So if you are on a budget, this is a great place to start. If you just are starting out, need anything to hold your phone, this is a good place to start. And everything that I talk about is going to be listed in the description. Now, lighting is one of the most important things when it comes to filming. Filming with bad lighting is just really not great, especially for art. If you're just vlogging, it's not as important, but since you are an artist, you want to share your visual art, it's so important what lighting you use. So I personally, again, all of this goes from if you have the money, or if you don't, I'll give both of the options. So if you have the money, invest in some softbox lights. I bought a set of 3 from Amazon, and these are what I use for lighting when I film, because most of the time I film, or sometimes I film at night, the lighting from the window here is not strong enough to light up what I want, and also parts of my studio are not next to windows, so it's very important for me to have good lighting. This is great. It moves up and down. You can move it like this so that it's pointing down, move it upward. The setup for these soft boxes is not the simplest. It took me about an hour and a half to set up all of my softbox lights, but it's so worth it. I've had them for about a year now, and they've changed everything for me when it comes to filming. But I know that many of you are also on a tight budget, so I'm gonna show you my cheaper option if you're on a tight budget. For my less expensive option, I just use one of these clamp lights. It's just clamped onto my desk, pointed down. It's good for smaller drawings. You don't need the fancy lights for the smaller drawings, but you do need a good light. If you want the light to be more dispersed and not so direct, put a piece or 2 of wax paper on top of the lamp or whatever. If you put it down and put some elastics around it, or tape down some pieces of wax paper, that's really good. Don't leave it on for too long so it doesn't like catch on fire or anything bad like that. It's unlikely to happen, but just for liability, I should probably say that. So yeah, clamp lights are great. This one I actually found in the street because I used to live in Cambridge, Massachusetts, which a lot of colleges are there, as you may be aware. Whenever people would leave at the end of the year, students and whatnot, they would leave a lot of their junk in the streets for other people to pick up. So I found this little clamp light in the street for free. So one of the cheaper options, and especially if you live in a town where people just like throw out trash in the streets when they're students and stuff, you can easily find one of these guys, and then just find a good light bulb, just standard old light bulb. This is not fancy in any ways. If you're on a tight budget, this is the way to go. When filming, be conscious which side your lighting is on. If you're using lighting from above or from all sides, then this isn't something to worry about. But if you're using a standard light like this, if your light is on the right side and you're a righty, you're going to be blocking the action. So you want to make sure it's on the left side if you're a righty, and on the right if you're a lefty. And if you're ambidextrous, try to have lighting from above. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys about filming, here's my filming space. It's a hot mess right now, but that's okay, is putting down a white piece of paper that costs like $1. You can find it at a grocery store, at CVS, anywhere. It just really cleans up the image instead of having this wooden background or a black background. Having just a nice, clean white background that you can replace, I think makes for really good videos. So now it's time to film what we're creating. So I have my phone here, and I'm gonna put it into time-lapse mode. Most of my videos take a long time to film, so you want to have it in time-lapse mode because then it's so much easier to edit. However, if your video is short and only takes a few seconds to film, then doing it in regular video mode is important. Make sure you don't accidentally put it on slow-mo mode unless that's what you want, but I personally do not like slow motion mode. It's not for me. And then one of the most important steps is to clear off your camera. I can't tell you how many videos I've ruined by simply not cleaning off the lens and then finding out that the video is blurry. Also, check out my new phone case. It's my art, which is awesome. I'll talk about how to print your art on phone cases in another video. So now we put it into the little holder, tighten it, and we're ready to go. Now it's time to get started. So today I'm going to show you guys an example of how I make a video by showing you guys me painting on a leather purse. This is one that I got secondhand off of Depop. So I'm going to put it down. Now you will see that the issue is it's being cut out in the video. So we want to change it so that this is higher. So I'm going to do that real quick. Now, my table is a bit of a hot mess right now, and for filming, if you want it to look really professional, I recommend trying to clear up your space. Even if the rest of your space is messy, what's in the screen should only be what you want people to see. So I'm gonna move away the bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, the tattoo needles, and it's already starting to look better, but gonna move everything just to create this clear space and the illusion of the idea that I am a not messy person. I'm a very messy person, as you've seen from this video so far, but we're gonna pretend that's not true for today. So we've got the area cleaned out. The white is showing, a bit of the table is showing, which is okay, but I don't love that. So we're gonna move the camera a bit forward so that we have less of that, move the other stuff a bit back, and then we'll be ready to film. So I've cleaned up the area, as you can see, and now look in the camera. That looks so much better than before. There's still a bit of the desk showing at the bottom, but we can crop that out later and edit. Now, if you're filming for TikTok, there's a few things you want to be mindful of. On the side and on the bottom, there is stuff that is going to cover your video. So if you want to put text, if you want your image to show, make sure that the object that you're drawing is, or painting, whatever you're doing, is pushed a bit further to the left so that this area is clear to show your profile picture, likes, comments, all of that. I have learned this the hard way, where I will make a video and then half the video is just blocked. Like, a lot of good detail is blocked by this or the writing on the bottom. So that's why I try to have it in the middle of the screen. As you can see from the lines, this is very much in the middle of the screen. So there's clear area here for all of the writing that's going to be here, a bit clear on top for if this shows up on the For You page or on the following page and not just on my profile, and then a clear area here on the side to make sure that you're not being blocked by your own profile picture. So now we're gonna start to film. Make sure that you're actually filming, because I've had so many times where I thought I was filming and then it turns out I wasn't, because I didn't double check. So press film and then double check that you actually pressed it. So we're in time-lapse mode and now we're gonna start. So time-lapse mode just means you can relax, you can go as slow as you want, because it doesn't matter how slow it takes, it's still gonna end up just being like a minute or so when you put it in Apple's time-lapse mode. So now I'm gonna paint. So now just filming myself painting, and normally I will listen to an audiobook or music, or I'll video chat with a friend while doing this, but since I'm both filming on my iPad and my phone, neither of those were options, so I just did this whole thing in silence. For editing, I use an app called videoleap. So you want to open up videoleap, do new project, and then choose your footage. Now my footage came in on the side, so I use the transform button in order to turn it around. Then you go to the area where it says canvas and you adjust the size of the video to fit what you want for TikTok, which is 9:16 for the dimensions. Now I'm going to leave videoleap for a minute and just adjust one of the photos that I took after I finished filming. I'm going to talk more about photographing your work in other videos, so don't worry about the fact that I'm not sharing too much of that today. But yeah, editing it so that it looks clean can make the difference between a video that gets a lot of views and one that does not. It just looks so much better when you have a picture like that than one with a messy background. It looks more professional, which is probably the impression you want to put out there. So then I add the photo, make it a bit longer, and then I add my voiceover. So now that I've done the editing in terms of putting the footage in, that was pretty simple. Now what I'm gonna do is record my voiceover. So I'm gonna show you guys the really awkward process of recording a voiceover. I tend to do this a lot of times before I find one that I'm comfortable with and that sounds natural and good. So I'm gonna record the actual voiceover that I'm gonna use for this TikTok video. So now I'm gonna record my voiceover. This is the actual voiceover that I'm gonna use for TikTok, so you guys get to see the behind the scenes. I rarely record voiceovers in front of people because it's an awkward process. You repeat yourself a lot, it seems ridiculous, it seems fake. You'll feel very uncomfortable when you first start recording voiceovers if that's what you choose to do for sound. So let's start. So I press voiceover and then I press record. Today, I made a YouTube video to show you guys how to make YouTube, I'm gonna delete that. So we take it and drag it into the little trash can, start over, and start over. So just breathe, get calm, and pretend you are telling a friend about what you did today or about an idea or something. So when I come up with art tips, I try to think as though I'm talking to a younger version of myself. What did I need to hear a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? And I just talked to her. Today, I made a YouTube video to show you guys how I make my TikTok videos. I showed which tripods I use, which lighting I use, how I film, everything. So this is the video that I show how I made in the YouTube video. So if you want to learn the behind the scenes of how a video like this gets made, including the voiceovers and all of that, then check out my YouTube, Dahlia Roz. Hope you like it. So that's decent, and it ended up being a bit shorter. Like, this is the time lapse, and then this is the video. So the video is longer. So we're gonna make it faster. So we go over to speed and we speed it up a bit. It's hard to do this while talking to a camera. Make that a bit longer. Okay, and now we're just gonna watch it back and see how we feel about it. And gotta turn the volume up. Today, I made a YouTube video to show you guys how I make my TikTok videos. I showed which tripods I use, which lighting I use, how I film, everything. So this is the video that I show how I made in the YouTube video. So if you want to learn the behind the scenes of how a video like this gets made, including the voiceovers and all of that, then check out my YouTube, Dahlia Roz. Hope you like it. So I don't like the part at the end where I say, hope you like it. I don't know why, I don't like that. So I'm gonna listen to it and then crop it. Voiceovers and all of that. Then check out my YouTube, Dahlia Roz. Okay, and now we're gonna cut it up. And there we go. Now it is time to export. I export it on 1080p and 50 frames per second. And I download it to my photos. So this won't take too long because it's only like a 20-something second video. It's not too bad. So yeah, it's already almost done and done. Success. So now we're gonna go over to TikTok. Oh, also one last thing I didn't say. Put your phone on airplane mode when you're filming, because if you get a call while you're filming, it will stop the filming process, and that's happened to me before. It's annoying as fuck. Put it on airplane mode. That's the reason that right now when I opened TikTok it didn't show any videos, because I was on airplane mode this whole time when I was filming. Okay, so you guys know the basics of how to upload a TikTok video, I'm assuming, but if not, just gonna show you guys. There we go. Upload. Next. Today, I made a YouTube video to show you guys how I make my TikTok videos. Okay, we can turn the volume down because we know we're happy with the voiceover. And then I always add my name in case someone decides to try to steal my video. It makes it a lot harder if you write your name, so just gonna write Dahlia Roz here. Then I make the letters a bit small and just put it there. It's hard to see it. There you go. You see it right there. Then we are going to choose a cover. I'm going to show the finished piece because I like that clean look. Then for posting, let's see, describe your video. I made a YouTube video to show how I make TikTok videos. Hashtag artist vlog, hashtag blobfish, hashtag leather paint, hashtag Angelus, because that's the brand of paint I use. So a great way to get the brands to notice you is to actually use them as tags. Let's see, what else? Hashtag blobfish are bay, hashtag Angelus direct, hashtag, oh, I spelled artist vlog wrong, so check for spelling. It doesn't take that long, but it makes a difference. I made a YouTube video to show how I make TikTok videos. So since I haven't posted the YouTube video yet, I'm just gonna keep this in my drafts and then I will post it later. So that's it for how to make a TikTok video. I really hope this helps you with your process. If you have any questions, if there's anything I didn't answer, please let me know, because I really want to help you guys out on your journeys, because it took me a long ass time to figure it out for myself and I just don't think that's necessary for you guys. So I really hope this helps, and that's it for today. So thanks for watching and let me know how it goes.